lẹ́sẹ̀ kan yóò máa fi òjò pàṣẹ kẹrẹ má jẹ ọmọ àti bà Adéyẹmí Àtàndá Aláàfin tọ̀yọ́ ń jẹ mo ṣe kábíyèsí fọba Ọ̀yọ́ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí i. ẹ̀yin lọmọ kú tí kò gbọdọ̀ parun táwọn gbọdọ̀ ṣe òfò tó kò gbọdọ̀ ṣe bàbá tó fẹ́yìn lọ́mọ gangan àkóbá lé ní ọmọ àdábà òde àdábà lé ọmọ àkóbá òde ikú tí pọ̀ mọ́ tí bàbá ń dúpẹ́ àrùn tí sọmọ tí màmá ò gbọdọ̀ òfò tó kò gbọdọ̀ ṣe bàbá tó fẹ́yìn lọ́mọ gangan àkóbá lé ní ọmọ àdábà òde lọ́lẹ́sẹ̀ kan yóò máa fi òjò pàṣẹ kẹrẹ má jẹ ọmọ àti.
Hi everyone, welcome to a brand new episode of Coffee Table Talk. I am your host Fatima. Coffee Table Talk is created to navigate those topics that are very difficult to talk about. But here at the Coffee Table Talk, we lay them down on the table. This is where your cups are warm, but the conversation even gets deeper. This is not just a show. It's a community where the truths are poured out on the table. So today we're talking about memories. Good memories. Those memories that you hold so dear to your heart, you cannot let it go. One of those memories for me is the death of my father, His Royal Highness, late King Oba Lamidi Olayiwola Adeyemi, Alaafin of Oyo III. My father passed away April 2022. This October will have marked his 86th birthday. I want to use his birthday's month to honor him and to share some of his legacies with you all. So as I'm sharing with you these memories, please, I need you to tell me in your comments, what are those memories that you can never forget? They are very significant in your life and they are still shaping who you are today. So join me at the coffee table talk. Let's talk about these beautiful memories.
Kábíyèsí Olayiwola Adeyemi Alaafin of Oyo. Adeyemi Rayanfe.
It's important for me to talk about my late father because of several reasons. I've watched how many people go on Ancestry.com. They are trying to look for answers about their heritage. They want to know more. If we ask today about some information about our great-grandparents and the parents before them, it might be difficult for us to say one or two things about them. As for me, I want my children, my children's children, and many generations to come to hear it from my mouth about their heritage, about their identity, and who my father was. I want them to know who they are. There are uncountable amounts of information about my dad, but I will be honored if my children's children can hear it from my mouth directly. My father lived a profound life as one of the highest traditional rulers of my tribe. And I have the opportunity to be a part of this institution. It's certainly behind my scope of intelligence, knowledge, and my scope of understanding to tell you about everything about my dad. I'm just going to leave that to the professor of history of custom and culture. I'm going to leave that to them. But I'm going to share with you the father that I knew when we are in the house and when the crown is removed. I want to share with you. I want to share with you about that. So this is the book that my father made. He wrote many books. This book was launched and it came out when we were celebrating 80th birthday. So this book came out, and this is the tributes that many people had put together about him. This is him. This is the governor of Oyo State, Seyi Makinde, the governor. This is the deputy governor. So this is my dad. I know this picture is about online. This is him, the little boy when he was a young prince. And this is his picture when he was a lot younger. So I'm going to read some of the things, just short, not a whole lot. His Royal Majesty Alaafin Oba Lamidi Olayiwola Adeyemi, the Alaafin of Oyo Kingdom, a frontline Nigerian traditional ruler, was born in October 1938. After his Quranic education in Ishemi, he attended Obalende Modern School and later Tinubu Methodist School before proceeding to St. Gregory's College, Obalende, Lagos, for his secondary school education. The young Adeyemi wanted to study law because of his flair for English language, coupled with a good retentive memory and ability to remember dates and people. But the dream was truncated when his father, Oba Adeyemi Adeyemi II, died on February 14, 1960, 2 days to his planned trip abroad to study law. Never a man to give up, this man of wit and will opted for a job at the Royal Exchange Assurance in Lagos. His skill in English language paid off at the Royal Exchange Assurance, and he was promoted to the specialist area of obligatory faculty of insurance and internal memo drafting. He earned good salary, but his father gave strict instruction that he must invest every penny he earned. Despite the fact that he had surpassed his dream, he made the best of every situation fate presented him. He wrote numerous articles in newspapers about himself and his experience under pseudonyms, one of which was titled I Shall Be Great in 1968. A year later, he wrote an article titled I Shall Be the Next Alaafin. His prophetic articles that he will be great and be the next Alaafin for you manifested and be the next Alaafin for you. He was chosen as one of the 11 princes presented to vie for the vacancy of the Alaafin for your empire in 1968. I can go on and on and on. This is just a short biography of him. This is another photo of him. He likes boxing. He was a boxer for a short period of time. He was presented with the staff of office of Alaafin of Oyo at his coronation ceremony at Double Stadium Oyo before thousands of witnesses from all walks of life, including then the military governor of the Western States, Colonel and retired late General Adeyinka Adebayo. Oba Adeyemi was one of Africa's most powerful, most influential royal fathers, who gleefully took his visitors and guests on an exploratory voyage of history. His royal journey was garnished with a huge responsibility to protect, defend, and project the cherished values of Yoruba customs and tradition with verve and vigor. Like his predecessors, Oba Adeyemi lived a life of service to the Yoruba race and humanity. He worked with all the governments in Oyo State, beginning with late General Adeyemi Adebayo 1971 to the present government of Engineer Oluseyi Makinde. In appreciation of his sterling contribution to the nation, the federal government honored him with National Honor of Commander of Order of the Federal Republic in 1979. He was appointed the pioneer Chancellor of University of Sokoto, now Uthman Danfodio University, Sokoto, where he sat for an unprecedented 3 terms of 4 years each. The Afe Babalola University, Ado-Ekiti, in appreciation of his contribution and achievement, honored him with the degree of Doctor of Letters, LLD, honoris causa. His love for education remained legendary. Oba Adeyemi's journey was not entirely on a smooth path. He rode on high, stormy sea, sunburnt mountains, and at numerous times on rocky hills. But his dreams and determination for success drove him to hit the course of the gods. Oba Adeyemi III, a pacemaker, received his Distinguished Award of Honor of Senior Advocate of Peace in 2014 at the United Nations Plaza, New York, 2014. His Imperial Majesty is the current Chancellor, University of Maiduguri in Borno State, Chancellor Christian University, Abeokuta, Ogun State. He is also the Pro-Chancellor, Kaisen University, Ghana, Sierra Leone, and South Korea. There's all the tributes from the kids. So all the tributes from his children. It's him. That him. He was a sporty man. He loves exercises. Oh my gosh. My dad instilled a lot of values in us. One of the major values that he instilled in us as children was to have integrity, to have respect, and to have class. My dad used a lot of gestures, unspoken attitude to teach us. All we have to do is to watch his manner and behave likewise. How to behave yourself, how to compose yourself in public, and how to respect many people that you see there. We are a reflection of him, and we have to behave accordingly. Up to today, all the values that I was able to get from him, they live with me today. Whether in my personal life, in my professional life, in my social life, even in my religious life. How he showed love. I remember him taking us traveling with him to different parts of the world. He engaged with us in the house when we are doing our chores. You see him standing there, watching us, talking to us. What I think it's love was the way he interacted with us, his kids. Sometimes when we travel abroad, he will go off with shopping. We have done many shoppings together. And when we are going on the streets, many people will see us. They will recognize him and everybody will be prostrating for him, greeting him. But I think it gave him some sort of joy that he actually was able to participate in with his children in things that they were doing. So he used to go on a light shopping with us and we enjoyed that. There are a lot of moments. One was him sitting down and watching a movie with us. Imagine you have a father that was a king and he had many palace functions and uncountable ones outside of the palace. But he still has time to sit down with you, watch movies with you, socialize with you, even joke with you. That was an honor, a privilege. I remember that he would sit down on his chair, and some of us, my sibling, would sit down next to him. We enjoy sitting down on the floor. It's our culture. We enjoy it, so we just sit down and watch a movie together. And sometimes he would just fall asleep, and me and my siblings we look up and we see that he was sleeping. But sometimes he wasn't sleeping. He just pretended that he was sleeping, but we just let him be. The fact that he was just there with us, watching movie with us, we were satisfied. We really love that. And then another one that I enjoyed the most of the memories of him was when we would exercise together. Every holiday, long school break, my dad would summon us around maybe 5 a.m. in the morning to a place called Okoto in the palace, and all of us would gather there in our suit for in our exercise attire, and then we're gonna get out of the palace, and he will lead us. So we have a car that is in the front. It will be in front of all of us, and we all line up and we start jogging. We start jogging, so we jog up to maybe 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 miles. And this used to be so fun. We enjoyed it. And then when we are jogging on the streets, many of the neighborhood kids or people that I seen on the street, they always join us too, because it was pleasurable for them to see their king jogging in the streets, and they loved it. And we loved it too. So when we finished jogging, we will do some stretching when we get back to the palace, and then we'll have refreshments. Every time that this happened, we love it. I love it. And that was one of the memories that I took with me. It shaped me and it makes me to be who I am today. I love it. It's so hard to describe my dad in one word. There's one word that usually comes to my mind, and that word is lexicon. 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 Lexicon is a language, and according to Oxford Dictionary, describe it as branch of knowledge. I can call him a lexicon of culture and tradition. It almost as if that God opened his brain and just pour in, deposit all of this knowledge, like out of nowhere. It was like I couldn't fathom it. Like I don't understand. He was that person that can recite dates back to like 1800s when his father's father, whatever they did, every king that ever was in a tribe, he knew all of those. He knew the story. I don't think there's any Yoruba person that was presented to him in the palace that my dad did not know anything about them. And he will remember all the dates, everything. It was just like, even up till now, when I remember how intelligent he was, it is an honor that it was my father. Professor Akin Alao, professor of legal history, described him like this. He is a living encyclopedia of Yoruba history, culture, and tradition. His mastery of the Yoruba philosophy, theology, and theosophy, way of life, manners, and etiquette stand him good stead to provide leadership for the entirety of the Yoruba at home in and in the diaspora, as well as to personify ideas and values inherited in the culture of Yoruba. Everyone that knew him, especially the ones that had the opportunity to meet with him personally, they, they recognized that they met somebody legendary. He was one of a kind. So my dad ruled our kingdom for over 50 years. He lived throughout many presidents in Nigeria, many governors of the state. And most of these people, they go to him to borrow, to inquire, and to learn about our culture because it was a wealth of culture.
Nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, a gbé nǹkan fún gbogbo àgbáyé tí wọ́n ti lè rí ṣe.
So in the palace, every morning they used drum to wake my dad up. So those are part of the customs that I truly enjoyed. And also our mothers, they wake up in the morning. Everyone, they go to area of designation and they use some of these singing. That's how the palace is structured. That's how the wives, the oloris, the queens, that's how they show respect, they pay homage, and then that's the tradition of the custom in the palace. And our mothers, they do. And we used to listen to them as we walk by. It was very interesting. It was just a cultural practice that stayed with me for a long time. So in some of the videos of my dad that you will see around, you see some of our mothers like reciting this oriki, and we call it rara. Some call it ewi, and then call it oriki. So in English, it's like a folklore of traditional folklore. When I remember my dad, I will recite some of the little ones that I know, and one goes by. Bàbá mi dé olórí alábùradà gbogbo Ọba Láìwọlá ọmọ olúkú ewu nílé ní lóde ẹ̀rù bàbá mi àtìdá ń yọ́ mi gbà tó bá ń wò sùn bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé ò lọ́gbọ́n lórí bàbá Lókúmọ́nù Lámídì Àtàndá ọgbọ́n inú ẹ̀ ó jẹ gbàgbéjì lọ èṣù òṣè kòkò ajá ni nǹkan ń ṣe ajá tí rò láàlú wẹ̀wẹ̀ jì léni lọ́la àtàṣáré títí wọ́n rí ilé aláwo léni lọ́la àtàṣáré títí wọ́n rí ilé oníṣègùn wọ́n á dífá títí ọwọ́ wọn yárọ ń ṣáàgùn títí ọwọ́ wọn dẹ́tẹ̀ ìgbà ṣìgìdì ọ̀rọ̀ Àtàndá ó ní ẹ má pọ̀ fọ̀dọ̀rọ̀. There are many of these, but I can only do a few. So guys, thank you so much for joining me and listening to the legacy of my father, the Royal Highness Oba Lamidi Olayiwola Adeyemi, the late Alaafin of Oyo III. Thank you, and I am hoping I want to read about who was that person in your life that you hold on to their memories because the value they have instilled in you have shaped your life to this moment. I want to hear about it. Thank you so much, Dad. We miss you. May your soul continue to rest in peace. So next coffee table talk, we are going to talk about parenting without a village. Until then, stay blessed and God bless. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Yóò mọ rìn wá ń kàké tí ó mú gun wa ní kẹsẹ́ tí a fi ní agbára kòkòkò láti ṣàgbé. Ó ń lò ó sọ fún wa ńgbà tó yẹ ká ṣàfógun. Wọ́n ní màsàmàjà la fi máa kíkanjú lójú ogun. Akíkanjú tó bá lè jà tí ò màgbà tí ó sá ní bógun ẹlòmíì lọ. Lódì fáfún Adésùyì nígbà tó fẹ́ jagun wọn ní kèé tásìkò tí ó jagun. Ìlú ló sọ fún wa. Tí n bá lóde àbí tọ̀ ní bá lóde àti tálákì bá lóde nígbà tí wàá ṣẹ̀. Ó ń lù tá a mú dání kìí sí pé a fi ń ṣe gbẹ̀fẹ́ láti rán la létí ta fẹ́ ṣe ni. Ìlú ó máa sọ fún wa tí a bá gbóúnjẹ lẹ̀ a gbọ́dọ̀ jẹun níta gbangba. Wọ́n máa sọ fún Ọláìwọlá tọ́jú àríran ìkó èjẹ ẹ̀wọ̀n ẹni. Má rìn mí kàké mi bọ̀. Ọláìwọlá tọ́jú àríran ìkó èjẹ ẹ̀wọ̀n ẹni kọ́ pa ni àṣìpa òwe ni. Ọ̀rọ̀ bí òwe ni o. Mo fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ kan fún ẹ ọ̀rọ̀ gíríkì ni. Ikú èjẹ ẹ̀wọ̀n ẹni kọ́ pa ni. Ọ̀rọ̀ nínú ilé Ọ̀yọ́ kọ́ tó bá tọ́jú àríran wà lóyún bí obìnrin ọ̀rọ̀ pọ̀ níkùn ààrẹ ní rè bá sọ tó bá rí pé o rò bẹ́ẹ̀ lè rè. Ètí wọ́n sọ fún wa ní kí ká má jẹjẹkújẹ ká má mùmúkùmù. Tẹ́ bá pẹ́ tí ẹ bá fi pọ́ bó wá sọ́dọ̀ gómìnà bí wọ́n ìlú ọ̀tí máa sọ fún mi ta. Agbe gbọ́bàdé lè ò agbe Aláàfin ràjò kọ́mọdé lè ò agbe gbọ́bàdé pé ìwọ̀n bá tó ṣe ó tó gẹ́ ìdílẹ̀ mà lọ́lẹ̀. Tá bá wọn lọ.